Welcome back. It is Friday, May 3rd, and the MLB. Our 6 best bets are on the way. It's Austin joined by Logan. Let's recap how we did yesterday. Another winning day, but we want that sweep so badly. Let's talk with the parlay of the day smacked once again. Adley Rutschman and Jose Altuve did their jobs. That's 4 straight parlays, going for a 5th straight today. Giants money line, my call, worked out. They got it done. It wasn't the greatest outing from Kyle Harrison, but the Red Sox bats did not show up. And then Rangers. Oh, man. If you could bet anything on the Rangers yesterday, and it smacked besides Rangers over 3.5, first 7. Score 3 runs in the second. Can't get anything going. Had so many runners in scoring position. Of course, they pour it on in the bottom of the 8th. It's just like, you have to be kidding me. But a 2-1 day on a 10-5 run. Hopefully we can continue that today. Like I said, if you are new, my name's Austin. Logan's joined me. He'll talk about his favorite picks in one moment. But if you do us each a favor, go down below, hit that subscribe. And we're trying to hit 200K subscribers. We're inching closer and closer to it. Went on a good run in the MLB. Hopefully we can get one of those sweeps today. We have a lot of action on this slate. And without further ado, we're going to dive into the first pick of the day. You guys should know what it is. It is the final parlay of the day, of the week. We do these every Monday through Friday. It's always on Odds Checker. 2 guys to get a hit. And we've been smacking them 4 straight this week, going for the 5th straight of the week. Hopefully we can get it done. It'll be linked in the pinned comment, description, and at the end of the video, probably around by 9:30 a.m., 10 a.m. Eastern time. We aren't going to be touching the Cubs game, which is the early game of the slate, so you have plenty of time to lock it in. We'll also tweet it out on our Twitter. So go check it out. Parlay of the day, first pick of the day. Link in description, pinned comment, and at the end of the video. But Logan, you're back in a team that is a slight home underdog. Which team you back in today?
Yeah, and they're a favorite of a lot of the people in our comments. I know we have a big Ohio following, so I just want to shout out all the people in Ohio. I'm taking your Reds today. I'm taking the Reds on the money line, plus 100 odds on BetMGM. This line's normally sort of like a pick'em, slight favorites to the Orioles in this one. I'm riding Hunter Green and the Reds today to get the win. Orioles, if you look at this spot for them, kind of an interesting spot. I see a potential flat spot for the Orioles. They're coming off a divisional series against the Yankees where they really have to show up. And then they have a potential flat spot going on the road to a very hungry Reds team. I think the Reds kind of get a sneaky win in this one. And it starts with Hunter Green. I think he pitches well today. 3.63 ERA and a 1.1 whip. The Orioles haven't seen Green before, and he should be able to get the put-away pitch for the strikeout. Again, familiarity there. If this was like the Cardinals or the Cubs or a team that's seen Hunter Green plenty, I'd be kind of a little bit worried because they've seen his stuff before. But Green's strikeout stuff is elite. 82nd percentile in K percentage, 65th percentile in whiff percentage, 75th percentile in barrel percentage. He's been generating the swing and miss over his career. He's actually one of a dying breed. The dying breed being these hard throwing fastball guys. They've all been landing themselves on the injury list recently. Hunter Green's like one of the last survivors of this one. I think he's pitches well today. The only starting pitcher the Orioles have seen in their last 10 games with a similar style to Hunter Green is Luis Gil of the Yankees. If you remember, Gil had 5 Ks and did shut out the Orioles in that one. The Orioles themselves have not seen really a hard-throwing lefty. I say that I compare it to Luis Gil because he's kind of a hard-throwing lefty like Hunter, or hard-throwing righty like Hunter Green. The Orioles have been seeing a lot of lefties recently. They just saw Rodon yesterday, obviously a lefty. I think Hunter Green's going to provide them a lot of challenging looks that they're not really used to seeing, and I think he deals today. Now, the other side, we got Cole Irvin starting for the Orioles, 3.49 ERA and a 1.24 whip. Irvin's StatCast numbers, very mediocre. 11th percentile in K percentage, 22nd percentile in barrel percentage, 76th percentile in ground ball percentage. He's a ground ball pitch to contact pitcher. Cole Irvin, to me, just never a guy I really want to back. He's just so mediocre. It actually spans back to when he used to pitch for the A's. I hated that guy. I was like, when is this guy actually going to be good? You know, you get him on his off games. And I think he's going to in trouble today. This is the first lefty starting pitcher the Reds are facing since Christopher Sanchez. If you remember the time they faced Christopher Sanchez, they won that game 8-1. Again, I still like these Reds bats. I like the way they match up. And against the pitch to contact pitcher that does not strike a lot of people out, I think they perform pretty well against Cole Irvin today. Look at the Reds, 6th in runs scored at home. They generate the offense by whatever means necessary. They are the Rally Reds for a reason, especially on Fridays. I hope they're wearing their Black City Connect unis tonight. this team is not a team I ever want to bet against when they're playing in Great American Ballpark. They know how to generate the offense, and I'm going to back that fact today. Reds 18th in bullpen ERA, Orioles 12th in bullpen ERA. Even though there's a little bit of a bullpen advantage for the Orioles, I still like the bullpen depth of the Reds better. This is where the numbers don't always tell the truth to me. I still think, you've got suspect arms in that Orioles bullpen. I think we give Hunter Green a lead today and don't look back. I really do like the Reds to get the win. And I actually like the Reds so much, and I like Hunter Green so much, that I'm willing to put an additional half unit on the player performance double of Reds money line and Green 7+ Ks. Plus 200 odds on FanDuel. So it's essentially you would win back a full unit, only having to risk a half unit. Look, I think these two bets go hand in hand. Obviously, Green getting the swing and miss strikeouts, and then the Reds pulling through for us. If I like the Reds to win outright, I think it's on the back of Hunter Green. So give me that as an additional half unit. I love that pick. Austin, where are you going for yours?
Yeah, I'm going to Washington, D.C., where I'm actually going to be back in the away team. I'm taking the Blue Jays, -0.5 in the first 5 innings. Currently -135 on DraftKings. A little bit juicy, but I don't see this going more than -140. I was hoping to get a -130 price, but this is my most confident pick of the day. I'll lay a tad bit of juice here, as I think this Blue Jays team is winning by 5, or hopefully by 5 through 5, but at least by 1 through 5 innings. Again, if you're on FanDuel, they'll have this as -0.5. They might have this as the first 5 result. Same exact thing. It is different from the money line. The money line will push if they do tie, but we're not taking a tie. We need the Blue Jays to be leading by at least 1 through 5 innings. Now, let's talk about who's going to have to hold it down for the Blue Jays. It's going to be Mr. Kikuchi. He's going to go out there, 2.94 ERA and a 1.16 whip. He's been pretty good over the last 2 weeks. The Nationals, pretty mediocre against lefties, 19th in batting average, 16th in WRC+. The last lefty they saw was just on May 1st. That was Andrew Heaney, and he went out there 7 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 earned run. If we could get anything close to that from Kikuchi, I'd feel really good in this spot. He's coming off a bad start, though. 6 innings pitched, 9 hits, 4 earned runs. That was a lot to the Dodgers. Dodgers, obviously, a lineup that I fear a little bit more than the Nationals, but this is still a guy in Kikuchi, even though his ERA is at 2.94. His expected ERA is right there at 2.97, so I don't see a lot of regression coming for him. I think he's going to continue to pitch pretty well. He's just normally a steady guy. Hopefully, he can go out there. If he wants to give up 2 earned runs, I think we can live with that, because who's pitching on the other side? It's going to be Patrick Corbin of the Washington Nationals. He's just fade material. 6.82 ERA and a 1.89 whip. Corbin, 4 earned runs or more in 5 of his 6 starts this season. He has not been good. His only one good start was against the Dodgers, I believe, in a day game. Now, this comes down to the Blue Jays being able to get those timely hits. But you look at Corbin, 4th percentile in expected ERA, 1st in expected batting average. This is a Blue Jays team that has seen him before. Batters versus Corbin, you got Justin Turner, 381, Springer, 308, Alejandro Kirk, he's 3 for 3, Varsho, 2 for 5, Clement, 2 for 3. I mean, a lot of these guys have seen him before and hit him pretty well. Here's what it's going to come down to. Corbin is allowing a 441 batting average with runners in scoring position. That is terrible. And he's allowing a 526 batting average with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. So not getting that last out of the inning to get out of the inning. However, Toronto is an enigma. They're batting 193 with runners in scoring position, worst in the MLB. If Toronto could get those timely hits, this might be a legitimate team that could win the AL East. The problem is they can't get those timely hits, but against a guy that can't get the timely outs, something's going to have to give. There's going to be guys in scoring position. Hopefully the Blue Jays can get some timely hits. We're not asking them to get every single one, but if we can get a timely hit here or there, I'm confident that they can put up 2 or 3 runs on Corbin, and hopefully Kikuchi can hold it down on the other side of the thing. So I'm going to ride with the Blue Jays. I need a timely hit or 2, -0.5, first 5 result. His first 5 run line, give me them -0.5 in the first 5 innings. I swear, Blue Jays, if you go over 10 in runners in scoring position, I will probably be throwing something at my TV, but I'm confident they get us at least a few timely hits today. But that's my favorite pick of the day. Logan, you got another money line today. Which team you backing?
Yeah, hopefully you do not get Corbin masterclass. He's due every now and then a Corbin masterclass. Hopefully the Blue Jays bring the bats today for us. My next pick is another money line. I'm taking the Astros on the money line, -112 odds on DraftKings is your best value there. Now, I do like the price we're getting on this one. I am allergic to picking the Astros at crazy -250 values, type stuff like that, where you have to lay the run line. I finally saw what I needed to see with this Astros team. They won 8-2 yesterday. They finally got the timely hits. They finally generated the offense that I know they're capable of doing. At home, I like them with Ronel Blanco on the mound. He starts for the Astros, 1.65 ERA and a .92 whip. Regression will come for Blanco, but his StatCast numbers are great. Obviously, this isn't going to be a sub-2 ERA guy for the year, but his numbers are great. 92nd percentile in barrel percentage, 96th percentile in hard hit percentage, 63rd percentile in ground ball percentage, 93rd percentile in expected ERA. His expected ERA is only a 2.32. I like pitchers like this that can get the soft contact ground ball out and have been doing it all season long. That's what Ronel Blanco's been doing. That's how he got the no-hitter. When you get your opponent to roll over on ground balls and just that's easy 1-2-3 inning, 1-2-3 inning, or occasional double play. The Mariners are only 24th in batting average against righties. They're only hitting 220 on the year. This isn't a Mariners offense that I'm ever rushing out to back, and I don't think they're going to give George Kirby any run support today. George Kirby starts for the Mariners, 4.18 ERA and a 1.11 whip. Obviously, I faded George Kirby in his last outing. Didn't go too well for me, but Kirby has not had a ton of strikeout success against Houston. Go back, look at what he did last year. He had 4 and 3 strikeouts against the Astros, and that was a better version of George Kirby. I liked 2023 George Kirby a lot more than I like 2024 George Kirby. It's just an eyeball test. Yes, he could come out here and get 10 Ks and shut me up, but I still think Kirby, who throws stylistically, this Astros team matches up pretty well against him. He throws a ton of pitches in the zone. Well, when you're throwing a ton of pitches in the zone, the Astros bats will have to be ready for that, and I think they will be ready for that. Building off, finally hitting with runners in scoring position yesterday, putting up 8 runs. I think this Astros team will be able to do damage against George Kirby. Houston hitting 263 in their last 3 games against righties. A decent offense at getting the hits. They just haven't been getting the timely hits, and that's why it's been frustrating for people back in the Astros. And they're like, this team's radioactive. I can't back them. Well, at a short price, I'm going to go ahead and take a shot on them to build off what they did yesterday against the Guardians. Houston, 23rd in bullpen ERA. Seattle, 3rd in bullpen ERA. Houston's bullpen started the year abysmal, and that's why these numbers are a little bit skewed. I think I still trust them to be able to get the job done today, late game. Give me the Astros on the money line as my second pick. But Austin, you know what time it is.
Yes, Logan, it is time for Nerfy Nation. The rock music's going. And man, we really like this one. The flags are out. We're going for 6 quick outs. Haven't done a Nerfy in a few days, but our last one did smack. Try to go for 2 in a row. You probably know where we're headed, because we're going out west. We're going to the Marlins and Athletics, taking the no-run first inning over there. Now, when we look at these 2 pitchers, we really like both of them. I'm going to touch on JP Sears, who's going to lead things off for us. We need 3 outs from Sears, and he's been one of the best this season at getting that done. 6-0 on no-run first innings this year. Now, the Marlins, contrary to last year, they've been a pretty good first inning offense. 4th in first inning runs. Sometimes I feel like when the Marlins score, they score a bunch of runs, which is why I think they're more like 4th in the first inning runs. The Marlins, though, are struggling against lefties. Sears is a lefty. They're hitting 213 against lefties this season. And you look at Marlins batting average versus lefties. You look at Luis Arraez, only hitting 263. That's below his season average. De La Cruz is the guy that we're normally worried about. He's hitting 302 against lefties. But then Josh Bell after him, 146. And then Jazz Chisholm Jr., only 216. Look, the Marlins are the Marlins. We'll continue to fade them if we have to. I think Sears is a guy that's 6-0 on Nerfies. I'm on the back a guy that has been able to get the job done every single time so far this year. So JP Sears, I need 3 outs from you. Who's going to take us home in the bottom half of the inning, Logan?
Yeah, it's going to be the battle of the lefties. The other lefty, Ryan Weathers, is starting for the Marlins. Weathers, just like JP Sears, undefeated, 6-0 on Nerfies. Yeah, what could go wrong? The A's are 26 in first inning runs. This A's team, unlike the Marlins, they just don't score really at all in the first inning. They're 26th in batting average against lefties this season. Worse than the Marlins. They're only hitting 207 against lefties as a lineup. I really think this one stands a good chance at cashing. It's, yes, pretty square, pretty obvious if you look at it, but even the square Nerfies are allowed to hit. Come on, Nerfy Nation, let's fly the flags.
Job done. Logan and I have overthought some Nerfies that smacked just because we felt like they were a little too square. So we really like this one, though. Marlins and Athletics, -111. Let's fly these bad boys one more time. Our favorite picks, yeah, I'm not going to recap all of them. We have a lot of action on the slate today, but I mentioned at the top of the video, Parlay of the Day is back, going for the illustrious 5-0 sweep. We did it the first week of the season. Hopefully we're doing it today. Go check it out. I'll link it right now on the screen, but also be linked in the description in the pinned comment around 9:30 to 10 a.m. Eastern time. So you guys tap into that. It's Austin Logan. We're signing out. We'll see you guys back tomorrow with the brooms out. Hopefully we'll see you guys then. Peace.